With the rise of tablets and iPads, sheet music apps have been around for a while now. But one that I really like to use is the app called ForScore. It's a great sheet music app. It does all sorts of different things, which I'm going to be doing in this tutorial, and it's really easy to use. That's part of the main reason why I like using ForScore a lot. And in today's video, I'm going to give you a detailed step-by-step tutorial on how to use the app to the best possible way. And let's get started. When you first open the app, you're going to get a blank page, but since I've been playing around with this app for a while, I have this sheet music up. You're going to have a little bar on the top, which you can have all sorts of different settings. You can edit your score. You have a tuner with a metronome, and you also have a button that you can browse through all your sheet music. If you have a full library, this is very convenient. And then also in the top tab on the right, we have all sorts of different ways to annotate and edit the score. I'm going to dive into that in just a moment. On the left side, you have some simple iCloud storage, and you can also create set lists. This is really useful if you're on a wedding event or if you are doing some private events. What's really great about this feature is that you could also send a whole set list to other ForScore users via AirDrop. This is only for iPad users, of course. Unfortunately, this is not available for Google tablets. So this is a nice feature when you can able to AirDrop different set lists. So let's go into the actual annotation of this score. Let's just do a few examples. I have a score here, and you have all sorts of different options on how to edit your score. You can edit the score in different colors. This one, I can edit slurs with the red color and then the blue color. And then I could also go with generic black, maybe by marking a fingering or a bowing in this case. Now you can customize it to whatever you want. And that's the beauty of ForScore, because you can edit the way you want. If you are big into colors, you can do that. I'll show you how to highlight different parts of the score in just a moment. But if you want your digital sheet music and score to be really, really clean and clear, if you don't want any of your markings, you have very bad handwriting, there are also preset slurs such as this one. You can just tap the screen and then you can drag over. And you can do this in different colors. I'm just keeping it black just to give you an example of what I'm doing here. Let's say you're practicing and you want to highlight a specific element of your sheet music. There's a great feature called the highlight feature that you can highlight a specific measure where you're just having a tough time playing. You can just highlight it and it's going to be really visible in the score. And I remember back in the day when I used to annotate and edit my score, I was told that only pencil is the way to go because it's easy to erase. But because now we have a digital format, you can do all sorts of things and you don't have to feel guilty for doing all sorts of different colors. And with the writing utensil, you could also customize it to the thickness brush. You could do different colors, as I mentioned before. You can do different hues, saturations. You have a lot of customizable options here. And what I like about the user interface of ForScore is that you can do so much with it, and it's very easy to use. It's very quick as well. Right now I'm using a iPad Pro 12-inch, and usually the standard for classical musicians and for most musicians are iPads that are the larger sizes. So I recommend that you get one if you are really into the market for finding a good sheet music tablet. But anyways, I digress. So as I just demonstrated before, you can also do different circles. You can do all sorts of different shapes and whatnot. But let's say you are not wanting to, let's say you don't want those options anymore. You can also erase and delete all of them, or you can just hit the backspace button. Let's talk about a key feature in ForScore, and that is the metronome and tuner part of the ForScore app. Now, I'm not going to tune my violin, just demonstrate, but you can have different letter pitches if you're tuning, and it'll tell you whether you're flat or sharp. The metronome is also really, really useful, and I'm just going to demonstrate what that'll sound like in just a second. Let me put the metronome on. You can do the regular metronome click if you want, But also what's great is that you have a visual metronome on the sides of the screen. So you could also have one or the other or both. If you are really struggling on a particular passage, you can use both the screen and the click to help you do their most steady practice. So I like this feature a lot. I haven't seen this feature in other metronomes, to have the screen actually pulsate while you're doing this. It's a really neat feature to have if you're a visual person, if you're really focused on learning something on the screen. So that's a really neat feature I like to use. ForScore is also great for keeping track of your goals. So you have a little goal tab on the top right that I just clicked on. You can also set how long you want to practice, what you've practiced. There are so many different options for you to use. It's not as detailed as you may want it to be. Like, you can't write stuff on. It's just very, very basic stuff, but you have that option. Moving on towards the elaborate menu on the right. Now, this is not a common feature that people may use, but this is something that I've used recently in a wedding event that I performed at. Sometimes contractors will send you an entire score with everyone else's part. Now, that could be pretty annoying when you're tapping through to find charts on what you want to play. So it's really easy to just delete some of these files so you can just focus on your own. Really small feature, but something that I found to be really helpful, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you too. And that way you don't have to scroll or tap through other people's parts. And you can do this through every single individual file that you have in your set list or in your music library. The great thing about using a tablet versus traditional sheet music is that your tablet is your computer, and you can check all sorts of different things like your email and also edit your website when you're on the go. And I want to introduce today's sponsor, Bandzoogle. Bandzoogle is a wonderful music web hosting company that I've been using since 2017, and it is my go-to place for if I want to edit stuff on my website, if I want to use my email, if I want to sell music, which is what I do on my website. You can do all of that in-house with Bandzoogle. And I like using Bandzoogle for this reason. Everything is kept in-house. You are able to sell music in-house. You're able to web edit your website. And throughout the years, Bandzoogle has really improved how you interact with the website and how you're able to edit content. It's really easy to do that on mobile now. And I used to do everything by the computer, but now that I'm kind of transitioning over to iPad, you can do everything on your iPad, such as edit different themes as I'm showing you right here. It's really great. They have a lot of preset themes, but you could also do a lot of blank themes and kind of customize it to your liking. But if you're trying to start with a website right away, Bandzoogle has a lot of options for you to just try. So you can click on a theme and it'll automatically generate based on the content you already have in your website. So yeah, I recommend Bandzoogle, and I want to give you a discount code. Use the code on my screen here, Eric Violin, to get a discount off your annual subscription of Bandzoogle. This is just me showing you now a little bit of a blog. The blog setup, how you can edit blogs really easily. And let's just go over to my website right now just to see how that all looks like. And everything looks really, really smooth, buttery smooth. And I'm also going to share with you how Bandzoogle improved my Google search engine optimization. So I just typed in my name, and you can see how organized everything is on the search page. Everything from YouTube to my website to any other sort of media account that I have, everything is really organized in this way. So that's the benefit of using Bandzoogle. And if you kind of create a lot of content on your website, all the search engines are going to be extracting that information into different search engines. So yeah, use Bandzoogle. I recommend it. Go ahead and use my promo code Eric Violin to get your discount off of Bandzoogle today. And with 20 years of experience, they know a thing or two about making websites for musicians. Also, having other features like adding different dynamics, you can drag and drop. You can also have, to erase certain different dynamics that are not already included in the original PDF. You can add whatever type of dynamic you want, other different markings, tempos, so that way it looks really nice and clear on your page. Another great feature is that you can have layers of what you edit in your sheet music. For instance, you can have a layer of only fingerings, you could have a layer of only highlighted parts, you can have a single layer of bowings, or anything that you can imagine. You can have different layers, and you could also preview those layers by using the little icon on the right. It's a little eye icon. You can just press it if you want to get rid of that. You can also delete different layers if you feel the need to not have those in your score anymore, to let it be like easy and clean. You don't have to do that anymore. And there you have it. That is the tutorial for ForScore. It's not a very elaborate tutorial, just because I wanted to give you some of the basics on how to use the app. Let me know your thoughts on ForScore. Have you used ForScore in the past? Are you using other sheet music apps for tablets? Let me know in the conversation so we can get the community conversing with each other. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.